We are gathered together as pastors from all over the state of Ohio, and we are here asking for the Speaker to call a vote and to override the decision of our governor. Standing here, and even pastors who still could not get in here today, we represent no less than 2,500 churches in the state of Ohio, over tens of thousands of votes, and people in this state who care deeply about this issue. The Family Research Council Watchman on the Wall initiative has been working for years, building a network of pastors who care deeply about the moral issues and the value-driven issues, championing pastors to awaken and to become active. I stand before you to tell you that morality matters, and we're deeply concerned. This recent election has opened the eyes of many, as we have seen record numbers of evangelicals and Catholics answering the call. I would submit to you that the sleeping giant that has been referred to as the church has awoken. Why? Why was this election a record, this recent election? Because morality matters, and we are deeply concerned about the Supreme Court issue, the religious liberty issue, the Johnson Amendment, and make no mistake about it, the life issue. Life matters just as much to us as the issue of the Supreme Court. We have seen the most sovereign move of God politically in this state's history. Maybe not the most sovereign move of God, but politically, with record numbers who care deeply. We're here to pledge our support to the legislators who have worked so hard and will continue to work on this issue. We would like to make a declaration and to challenge our legislators that we're going to stand with you. We're here, we're growing, and we're not going anywhere. That the day and the hour that we live in is going to require three things in the leaders, in the legislator, and in the pulpit. Number one, it's time for men and women of courage to stand up because life matters. Courage is simply fear that prayed through. Courage is standing and doing what's right. We need leadership in our pulpits, in our state, and in our country, and in the legislature who are committed to a cause. Can there be any cause more important than this issue of life? If we get life right, everything else falls into place. Life matters, and we care about life now. Thirdly, it's going to require leaders with conviction, a deep conviction. How is it in this world the abnormal has now become normal, and the normal has become abnormal? And a truth has become a lie, and a lie has become a truth. Common sense has been replaced with no sense. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about ripping and stripping a living human being out of a mother's belly and doing it in such a crafty way that we sell the body parts. Let's put it where it really is. A conviction that right is right and wrong is wrong. And we are setting with an opportunity and asking the Speaker to call a vote and to override this decision. This could be historic in this cause. And we're here to let the legislative branch know we're growing as pastors in this network across this state. The awakening has taken place. We call it Awake 88. And literally, pastors are joining. Why? Because life matters. Because we deeply care. In this room are many pastors. I want to leave you with this story. There's not a pastor in this room that could not share this story. More than I could count. Maybe you're next. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you who's watching. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your grandma, your grandpa, your husband, your wife, a child. I can't tell how many times I've received that call in the late hours. And we're called to a nursing home. We're called to a hospital. And lying on the bed once was a 200-pound, 6-foot-tall, strong man who now has shriveled up to 110 pounds of a bag of bones. And he's laying there gasping for his last breath, where his breaths maybe last 30 seconds. His face is all sunken in. He's shriveling up. And there we stand with family, watching him gasp for his last breath. Maybe you've experienced that. If you haven't, you will. It might be you or a loved one. And there we gather around the bed, and we watch, and we pray, And you watch the little chest moving ever so, and you're looking for movement. And then finally they take their last breath. And you pause for a moment and you look at them and wonder, have they passed or are they still breathing? At that moment when the last breath leaves, we'll call for the doctor or the hospice worker. Every single time, they will take their fingers and put it on the neck. And when they can find no pulse, no heartbeat, they get the little paper out and write the time of death and the date because they cannot find a heartbeat. If we mark and measure the absence of life with the absence of a heartbeat, then we should mark and measure the presence of life with the presence of a heartbeat. And we as pastors are here, and Family Research Council and our growing network, to advocate for life. Right. It just simply seems to me to be the common sense thing to do. So again, we're asking for the Speaker of the House to call for a vote to override this decision that the governor has made, because we're here to promote and advocate for life.